2 for the Twins, who now look to pull ahead in the series with another win tonight against the Cleveland Indians inside Progressive Field. Welcome to Game 3 of this 4-game series, everyone. I'm Audra Martin. Last night, it was Mitch Garver's 6th home run of the season that were the 3 runs needed for the W in Game 2 against the Indians. But what's really surprising is when you look at the box score, is the fact that Eddie Rosario didn't factor into the end result with 4 hits, 2 of which were doubles. But what's not a surprise at all is that he had a huge night at the plate inside this ballpark. Over the last 3 years, Progressive Field has been very kind to Eddie Rosario. He's posted a .405 average, nearly half of his hits being for extra bases. And all the parks he's played in more than 3 games, well, Progressive Field tops the list. Batting average, slugging percentage, on-base percentage. His best numbers are here in Cleveland. But for Rosario, it's less about the park, more about the opponent.
I think Rosie likes playing the Indians. I think he knows that he likes to, bring his game when we're playing against the best. And obviously Cleveland has been, the team in our division the last few years.
I think when I come here every like the last 3 years, this team have a good pitchers. I want to try to compete every time when I play here.
Coming up, Mitch Garver played the role of hero last night, and he's back in the lineup again to do it again tonight. Dick Bramer and Bert Blyleven have more on the rookie catcher next.
Is presented by CenturyLink, connecting you to the power of the digital world. By Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, for the everyday competitor in all of us. And by Northland Ford. Visit buyfordnow.com and your local Northland Ford dealer today.
Who cares why the Twins seem to play their best baseball in Cleveland, of all places? Game 3 of a 4-game series with the Twins hoping to win another series against the Indians. Right-hander Mike Clevenger will go for Cleveland, and Jake Odorizzi hopes to get his season turned around here tonight. And we welcome you to Progressive Field. Dick Bremer along with Bert Blyleven. A year ago, Mitch Garver was still catching in Rochester. He's gotten a chance to play a full season up here in the big leagues, and what the Twins have seen is steady improvement in every phase of his game.
Well, you know, as Jason Castro that was supposed to do most of the catching this year, with him out, well, that kind of opens up the door for Mitch Garver to get some good work in. Now, last year in AAA, a lot of extra base hits, and that's starting to really show for the offense of Garver now over his last 22 ball games, 20 hits. Look at the 9 extra base hits, 4 home runs, 4 doubles, and he's driven in some runs. So really taking advantage of the opportunity is Mitch Garver. Not only offensively, but also defensively. In last night's ball game, a couple times he had to go down, and right there, well, we're going to throw out Merrifield in that Kansas City game. That was a great throw. And then last night, couple good blocks with Hildenberger on the mound, and then in the 9th inning, Fernando Rodney keeping the runner at first base. So Garver's doing a good job. In a one-run ball game, it's plays like that that make the difference, and that's what happened last night. And Mitch Garver will be catching Jake Odorizzi as the Twins hope to make it 2 in a row against Cleveland. Tonight, everyone is glad for that. Audra Martin's glad, Bert Blyleven's glad, I'm glad. More importantly, the players for both teams are glad, as the Twins hope to make it 2 in a row against the Indians, losing a bad game here on Monday night, winning a tight ball game last night. And Mike Clevenger will make the start for the Indians. Paul Molitor tied with our good friend, our dearly departed, recently dearly departed good friend Frank Quillisi. 280 lifetime wins as a manager, and for whatever reason, Paul's record here at Progressive Field is 20-14. They played really good baseball here. The Menards batting order for the Twins. Joe Mauer is in the leadoff spot, and he is the designated hitter tonight. Then Eddie Rosario, Jorge Polanco, Miguel Sano, Max Kepler, Logan Forsythe, Logan Morrison, Mitch Garver, and Jake Cave. And tonight's starting pitcher stats are brought to you by Home Furniture, and that's Mike Clevenger making his 23rd start of the year, his second against the Twins. What a game. We remember that one. He started that game back in June in Minnesota, where Eddie Rosario hit the game-winning home run in the bottom of the 9th inning, but it was his 3rd home run of the ball game. Right. Twins ended up, he got a no decision. Clevenger did. Twins won the ball game 7-5. Indians out on the field. very good. They've got Michael Brantley in left field. Brandon Geiner gets center field tonight. Melky Cabrera in right. And then in the infield, of course, it's Ramirez, Lindor, Kipnis, and Alonso, and Jan Gomes behind the plate. If you were to rank the Cleveland starting pitchers, you would rank Clevenger fourth behind Kluber, Carrasco, and Bauer, but he's hardly a fourth starter. I mean, he is. He's a fourth starter on a really good staff, and that's what the Indians have. He's given them 13 quality starts this year.
Yeah, that's what's so good about the Cleveland Indians. That's why they have a 9-game lead over the Twins, because that starting staff is very outstanding. A combined 54 and 32 are their starters with a 3.4 ERA. Only the Astros have a better, lower earned run average out of their starters. Clevenger, fastball in the mid-90s, hard slider, curveball, changeup in his 3rd season with the Indians, 27-year-old.
And Mauer takes strike one. Last night he hit the first pitch that he saw from Carrasco and nearly hit it off the wall in left field. 1 strike. You saw Kluber a few moments ago. He will be the Cleveland starter in tomorrow afternoon's game against Jose Barrios.
That'll be a good one on paper.
Well, Joe looks back at Ryan Addington, who's called 2 pitches on or near the outside corner for strikes.
Got 2 fastballs. He's got some sink on that fastball too.
Taken low. 1-2. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. Mauer strikes out, 1 away.
Well, one thing you talked about the starting staff, what they are, there are a lot of strikeout pitchers too. For Clevenger, that's his 140th strikeout and now 140 innings pitched. Good hard breaking ball. Joe swings through it.
See, I wish you pitched when the telecast had the box over the strike zone, because you could see Clevenger coming out of his hand. That pitch looked like it was going to be a high strike, and instead it bounced in the dirt. That's a big breaking ball that he's got. Here's Rosario, way outside, ball 1. 4 hits for Rosario last night.
Now, 3rd time this year he's had a 4-hit ball game, and currently tied with J.D. Martinez for the most hits in the American League with 135.
Another fastball outside.
Well, when Clevenger faced the Twins in Minnesota, second batter of the ball game was Rosario, and he took him deep. Clevenger gave up a couple home runs in that game. Rosario and Brian Dozier hit solo home runs off of him.
And a strike. 2-1. Rosario's only hit against Clevenger. Mauer's the one hitter who's had great success against him, and Clevenger just struck him out. 3-1 with Polanco on deck.
Clevenger, one of those pitchers that goes over his head. He gives you arms and legs, and he's got a very quick delivery toward home plate.
And a 5-pitch walk puts Rosario aboard. And Polanco comes up with a man aboard.
Well, we saw Bauer last night, 2 nights ago, plant that right foot in that first base side of the pitching rubber, and that same thing Clevenger does.
And now Polanco. For Rosario, his 29th walk of the season. Outside, ball 1.
Clubs have run against Clevenger on the mound. There have been 13 stolen bases off of him in 16 attempts. Rosario with 7 stolen bases in 9 attempts.
Lifted foul into the seats, 1-1.
Polanco a couple hits in last night's ball game, hitting .360 as a left-handed hitter.
A swing and a miss. 1-2.
Yeah, good changeup right there.
2 nights ago, the Indians got a couple of first inning runs and coasted to a win. Last night, the Twins got 3 second inning runs and hung on by their fingernails at the end.
You know, just watching the staff now, we're going to see Kruger tomorrow. He's got a good changeup. Bauer the first night, good changeup. Carrasco, good changeup. Clevenger, good changeup. They all key off that fastball. Makes that changeup that much better.
Pulled foul. One and 2 to Polanco. Had a much better night weather-wise. Last night's game started 130 minutes late. Neither team took batting practice today on the field. Work in the cages optional. There goes Rosario. The pitch tapped to second. And Kipnis throws Polanco out, but Rosario moves up a base 2 away. And that'll bring up Sano. Sano, a couple of hits, 8 at bats against Clevenger, but Clevenger has walked him 5 times. And so Sano, who's moved his way up the lineup from 7th, 6th, 5th in that range, now hitting cleanup here tonight.
Yeah, last 8 games for Sano, hitting .320, 3 doubles. He's driven in 3 runs and 6 walks. I think that's the most impressive thing about Sano, drawing some walks.
And a fastball on the outside corner. Put these numbers in perspective. Of course, Sano won't reach them this year because of everything that's happened to him this year. But he hit .264 last year from .236 the year before. 28 home runs, 77 runs batted in. Rosario with a big lead at second, and that kicks away. Rosario thought about it. It's back to third base or second base.
Good job by Gomes behind the plate. We talk about Mitch Garver on our open. You know, catchers, good catchers, take a lot of pride in blocking balls like that that maybe saved, you know, from Rosario staying at second, going over to third. Had a lot of catchers that, you know, maybe weren't the good offensive hitting catchers, but they took a lot of pride in calling the game and blocking balls like that.
Told the story many times on the telecast over the years, but back when he was playing, I interviewed Carlton Fisk once, and he said one year, just for his personal edification, he tried to keep track of how many runs he saved by blocking pitches in the dirt, and the number was like 260, something like that. You don't realize how important it is to block those pitches in the dirt. 1-2. And Sano off the end of the bat. Nineteenth pitch of the inning for Clevenger.
Now, Clevenger making his 6th career start against the Twins. He has only 1 win. He's got an ERA at 4.23 against them, a couple losses. And so relieved 3 times when he first came up, basically as the reliever against the Twins.
Fastball off the plate, 2-2. Now the 20th pitch, and all the Twins have done here is taken some pitches, drawn a walk. They haven't gotten a hit yet.
Yeah, Clevenger struggled a little bit. His last 5 starts, 0-4 with a 4.94 ERA.
On the outside corner.
Painted.
And the Twins leave Rosario at second base. No score after a half. Terry Francona with a winning record against the Twins, but not this year, at least not so far. The Indians batting order brought to you by Menards. Francisco Lindor, Michael Brantley, Jose Ramirez, Edwin Encarnacion, Yonder Alonso, Melky Cabrera, Jason Kipnis, Jan Gomes, and Brandon Geyer.
Tonight's starting pitcher stats are brought to you by Home Furniture, and that'll be Jake Odorizzi making his 24th start. This is his 4th start against the Indians. Looking for his first win this year against the Indians.
Strike one to Lindor. Lindor, Brantley, and Ramirez. Pulled foul, 2 strikes.
Change up right there. Big thing for Odorizzi, tempo. Now Sano, who was at third, now moves up the middle. A little defensive change behind Odorizzi.
Fastball up and away. A couple of earlier starts against the Indians, and they've not gone well. Back in the middle of April, 5 innings, 4 earned runs, 3 home runs allowed. The end of May, 3 2/3 innings, 7 earned runs, 2 more home runs allowed.
Yeah, 0-2 in the 3 starts, and ERA at 9.88. 13 2/3 innings, 15 earned runs allowed, 5 home runs, 7 walks, 14 strikeouts. So yes, not very good numbers.
One in the middle of June, his best, only because he didn't give up any home runs, but still 4 earned runs in 5 innings. 1-2 from Odorizzi to Lindor. This is not a good lineup, an easy lineup to pitch to, which again highlights what Mejia's been able to do twice against them. 5 innings twice with 1 hit allowed each time against a team that handles left-handers better than righties. 2-2.
Lindor against Odorizzi, 5 for 11 with a couple home runs. I talked to Mejia before the ball game. I saw him getting some treatment on that left wrist area.
Audra will have an update on him in a little while. Poke to center, and it'll carry over Cave's head and to the wall. He took 3 steps in, and Lindor ends up at second base. Reached across the plate and poked one over the center fielder, who broke in.
Yeah, not a very good read right there by Jake Cave. So kind of a gift double right here for Lindor, and it's a double. See, Cave kind of went in, and then by the time he could retreat, the ball got behind him. So Lindor with his 37th double of the year.
And that'll bring up Brantley.
A lot of extra base hits by Lindor, and you saw Ramirez on that list, and he's on the odd deck circle.
And now Cave will close on this one and drop the ball. Oh, tough first inning for Jake Cave. And Odorizzi could very easily have 2 outs on the board. Instead, it's first and third, nobody out.
In fact, looked like Cave had a good break on it. He was coming in hard and maybe took his eye off the ball for a split second. Right there, had it in his glove, and it just fell out.
Right in the middle of the glove, too. Didn't hit the thumb or anything. It looked like it went right in the middle of the glove and bounced out. All right, first and third.
Will be an error charge to Cave, his 3rd of the year.
And Ramirez will hit with 2 men aboard. At the knee, strike 1. Ramirez has hit a couple of home runs against Odorizzi in 11 at bats. Now 2 strikes.
Well, Jake, as we know, a fly ball pitcher, only 7 double plays turned behind him this year, this being his 24th start.
The strikeouts are surprising because he doesn't throw overwhelmingly hard. He's got a good breaking ball, but not a great one. But yet 120 strikeouts in 115 innings. You could use one here. What we've seen, a lot of the strikeouts coming on high tailing fastballs. Ramirez, as potent as he is with 33 home runs, 83 runs batted in, he's not an easy guy to strike out. Just 55 in 411 at bats. 1-2. Pops straight up in the air. Sano wants it. One down.
That's a big out right there.
Encarnacion will bat. Northland Fort defense for the Twins. We've already seen Cave in center field. Rosario, of course, in left. Max Kepler in right. In the infield, it's Sano, Polanco, Forsythe, and Morrison, with Mitch Garver behind the plate. And Encarnacion, frankly, has had some struggles against Odorizzi. Just 6 hits and 37 at bats.
To get a ground ball right here. Encarnacion's hit into 10 double plays.
3 infielders left side of the infield. And Brantley again checked at first.
The Indians like to run. They have 87 stolen bases in 108 attempts. Brantley with 7 stolen bases in 10 attempts.
On and missed. So much information out there about how hitters are hitting, how pitchers are pitching, and how catchers are throwing. And if you're the Indians, you might be a little reluctant to run here and take yourself out of a big inning because of what Garver's shown behind the plate. That was a perfect throw in a key spot in the 9th inning Sunday against the Royals. First inning here, he'd throw through, I would think, to try to get Brantley, get the out. Even if you give up the run, it's 1-0, but you got 2 outs on the board. 1-1. Bluffing, he doesn't go. The pitch outside, 2-1.
Odorizzi with all 4 pitches, fastball, curveball, slider, and a good changeup. So the defense behind Odorizzi with Encarnacion up.
Indians aren't subtle about it, are they? Every game, even on a day like today where we don't have any rain, they put the diamond dust down there for the runners to make sure they get a good start if they do want to steal. There you can see he's going to get a good start if in fact he goes. 2-1. Now 3-1 with Alonso on deck. Most reportedly, the Twins did just the opposite in the '65 World Series.
Yeah,
they had quicksand around first base to slow down Maury Wills and the others.
Jim Gilliam.
3-1. There goes Brantley, and the pitch line to Cave, and he'll make the catch. Tagging is Lindor. The throw to the plate is not in time. So Cave with the catch. It turns into a sacrifice fly, and the Indians have their 1-0 lead.
It looked like Encarnacion hit it right off the end of the bat, but able to drive in his 81st run of the year. Well, it's a 1-0 lead for the Indians. And Odorizzi, to be honest, should have been out of this inning.
Well, that run and any subsequent runs will be unearned runs, and that is irrelevant when it comes to the end of the game. It was a couple of unearned runs in the first inning 2 nights ago that set the stage for what would follow. Here is Yonder Alonso. Garver throws a back pick trying to get Brantley. Something I often wondered why catchers don't do more of that. It's a 90-foot throw to a fielder who's expecting the throw, and it has to keep the runners a little more honest with their secondary leads. There goes Brantley.
Got a good jump.
And Garver's throw. Polanco coming in front of the base with the throw tailing a little bit, and Brantley swipes second base.
That's a 9th stolen base in the 11 attempts against Odorizzi. Got a pretty good jump right here. And the throw was dropped by Polanco. A lot of times you'll see that middle infielder take that and then tag the back of that runner, but Polanco unable to catch it in the glove.
2-0 to Alonso. Check swing and a strike.
Change up there. Alonso 3 hits and 14 at bats against Odorizzi. In his first season with the Indians.
Three and one. Of course, first base is open. Melky Cabrera on deck. You look at the pitch count. This will be number 22.
That's one thing Jake's had trouble with this year. 19.1 pitches per inning on an average, and that's the most in Major League Baseball.
In this case, of course, you can't really blame him.
Right.
A couple of misplays in center. Swung on and missed. 3-2. And that's, you know, you tend to think of errors and you think of, well, extra base runners and unearned runs and all that, but it really runs up a pitcher's pitch count.
Especially in today's game.
Yep.
You know.
To keep the damage to a minimum here. 3-2 to Alonso. That's to short right. And Kepler comes in and makes a sliding catch to end the inning. The Indians get an unearned run. They take a 1-0 lead. Using it as a defense for what happened on the first ball. You saw him look over to Kepler and then point up as if the first one may have been lost in the lights, but the second one for sure should have been caught.
Oh, you know what? Wish we were all perfect. You know, Kate, you're going to make mistakes, and Jake did right there, and he'll stand up to it. And let's hope that you know, the Twins can come back and win this ball game, and that's forgotten about.
Max Kepler will lead things off, then Logan Forsythe and Logan Morrison. And they have a Bullpen door is open, and there's a baseball that's out on the field. Neither bullpen might be left from someone playing catch with Cabrera in right field, perhaps. Now we're ready. And Clevenger missed outside, ball one with his first pitch. Twins got their first look at Clevenger a couple of years ago. It was the day after Kepler hit 3 home runs in a game. The Twins had won the first 3 here in Cleveland and were looking for a sweep over a team that was headed for the playoffs. And it was Clevenger against Hector Santiago, who had just been obtained by the Twins from the Angels. Santiago didn't last very long, gave up a couple of home runs, and Clevenger pretty much shut the door. Breaking ball down and away. The Twins had handled, I think, Kluber, Carrasco, Salazar in order, I think, in that series, and then Clevenger ended up pitching a gem against him. On the ground, right to Kipnis. One down. I'll bring up Logan Forsythe. He told me today he's enjoyed his time with the Twins, enjoyed playing every day.
Well, you know what? And when he has played, we brought it up again for the Rays, he has produced, and is producing right now for the Twins over the last 6 ball games. Since his joining the Twins, pretty good batting average. Driving in a couple of runs. He's got a double.
That's what Logan Morrison told me when the Twins swung the deal and brought Forsythe over, knowing that Morrison had played with Forsythe. And he said, oh, good dude, really good guy, and when he gets a chance to play every day, he was really productive for the Rays. Now, I asked Logan today where he played for the Dodgers, and he said everywhere in the infield, primarily second base, but everywhere in the infield, and even some in left field. On the outside corner, 1 and 2. But the Twins have an opening at second base with the Dozier trade. So we expect he'll see almost exclusive duty there. Missed the outside corner, 2 and 2. Twins are 8 and 6 against the Indians this year. Breaking ball got him. 2 down.
And strikeout number 3 for Clevenger.
And that'll bring up Morrison.
2 of them, of the 3 strikeouts, called third strike. See the breaking ball stayed inside, and Forsythe knew it.
Morrison with 15 home runs. The batting average seems to have hit a plateau in the 190 range. And ball 1 inside. Last year, so much talk about the 38 home runs, 85 runs batted in, but he hit 246 and came to the Twins as a 245 career hitter. Florida, Miami, Seattle, Tampa Bay, and now the Twins. 2-0. There's the fastball in the inside corner of strike. Three and 1. Garver on deck.
Let's see what Logan gets right here. 3-1. Couple outs. Watch Gomes behind the plate. Probably move outer half of the plate.
Popped up. And Ramirez wants it and makes the catch. And Clevenger has a couple of no-hit innings and a 1-0 lead.
On Alberto Mejia, he says he's feeling much better after leaving the game early with a strained wrist. Just to be careful, though, they are pushing it back. Didn't want him to throw it all today. He'll long toss tomorrow and then a bullpen session on Friday. Still optimistic he may be able to pitch on Sunday. Byron Buxton hit in the cage yesterday. Paul Molitor says the feedback was that normal swings felt okay, but check swings are where that discomfort comes in. He'll hit again today and likely won't be in a game in AAA until next week. Eddie Rosario has started every game since the All-Star break, and Molitor says that he's tried to give him a day off, but Eddie talked his way back into the starting lineup each time. Molly says if he wants to be an everyday workhorse, that is okay with him because he's a mighty fine horse, guys.
Yeah, he likes to play, doesn't enjoy spending time on the bench. The batters, Melky Cabrera, then Jason Kipnis and Jan Gomes, and the count is 1-1. One other footnote on Buxton as he tries to get back, get healthy, and then get back to the big league club. Hit on the ground right to Forsythe. One away. I wondered about it, and Paul clarified it today. They immobilized the wrist for 4 days to try to get the soreness, the inflammation out of the wrist. And you can imagine the full swings, whether they're off the tee in batting practice, that really won't be the test until he has a check swing where you start your swing and abruptly stop it. And then, of course, all the wrist or all the pressure is on the wrist, all the torque to try to stop the bat from going through the hitting zone.
Well, such a good athlete has had so many nagging injuries. My goodness. The toe, the migraine headaches he had.
One strike.
Now the wrist.
To Kipnis. And fouled back. 2 strikes. Odorizzi had a long first inning, not of his doing, with a couple of misplays in center field. It's up the line, and Morrison to the bag. Kipnis is retired.
Let's take a look at a scouting report on Jake Odorizzi. Needs 6 innings. That's the longest outing he's had this year. When he's been able to go 6 innings, they're all quality starts. 7 times he's done that. Minimized pitches per inning. We talked about the 19.1. Needs some quick outs and pick up the tempo. And it seems right now he's getting on that pitching rubber, ready to throw that ball toward home plate. Can't do anything once you release that baseball. Of course, the unearned run in the first inning, but it's a 1-0 ball game. That's it. Keep it at that.
There's Jan Gomes with 2 gone. Mentioned earlier, the Twins have the edge in the season series, 8 wins to 6 with Cleveland. The difference is Cleveland has really fattened up against everybody else. They're 27-8 against Chicago, Detroit, Kansas City. And the Twins against those teams are 16-14. Twins have a winning record, but marginally. And the Indians have dominated everybody else in the division but the Twins.
Yeah, the Indians 33-16 in the division and 19-5 here at Progressive Field. So they have won here against the Central Division. 12 games over 500 here at home. Playing 500 baseball on the road are the Indians.
Three and 1 now to the Indian catcher with 2 down. And the pitch is high. A 2-out walk will get Geyer to the plate.
And the Pizza Ranch for the Twins win. Need quality start from Jake. That's pretty much it right there. Give me 6 good innings. Longest outing he's had this year, but every time he's gone 6, they have been quality innings, quality starts.
Geyer getting the start in center field in part because Leonis Martin is unavailable. He's got a flu bug of some sort. And so Geyer got the start at center, and that opened up right field for Melky Cabrera. Tap foul.
Yeah, these 2 guys were teammates, Odorizzi and Geyer, with the Tampa Bay Rays. And Odorizzi made his first major league start against the Cleveland Indians in Kansas City. He pitched well. He ended up losing that ball game.
Off the plate, and it's 1-1. And now 2-1. "37 pitches, 21 strikes for Odorizzi. Trying to clean up the second inning with fewer than 40 pitches thrown. And a foul, 2-2.
Jake had that good groove earlier in the year. We showed you his first 10 starts, ERA 3.17, 3 wins. Over the last 13, he has struggled. I talked to Jake about that. He says it's just a little timing thing sometimes. He is trying to pick up his tempo.
Popped up right side. Forsythe calls for it. Cleaner inning for the Twins. They still trail 1-0. The Twins hung on to win it 3-2.
Yeah, that came in his first at bat for Garver, and it gave the Twins a 3-0 lead, his 6th home run of the year. After Forsythe got hit by a pitch, Cave single, and then the 3-run home run. And the Twins ended up holding on and beating the Indians 3-2.
So Garver will lead off the 3rd inning. Twins hope that Garver's defensive skills will continue to improve, and Paul Molitor suggested as much, that month by month, incrementally, things have gotten better for Mitch behind the plate.
You know, he's got a good guy to feed off of too, and Bobby Wilson. Bobby Wilson, a veteran, you know, and I know Jason Castro has been around the ballpark. You talk to those guys, so you want to get better at your trade. You ask some of the guys that have been through the battles, like Wilson and also Castro.
On the outside corner, a strike. The man has hit professionally, and you wonder where the ceiling is. In Cedar Rapids 4 years ago, he had .298 with 16 home runs, 79 runs batted in. Up the middle, and he'll get a base hit here to lead off the 3rd, the first Twins hit last year in Rochester. He hit .291 with 17 home runs.
Yeah, 5 minor league seasons, a .271 hitter, and really you go back to the last 30 games that he's played in, he's hitting .325.
Using all fields. This one going right up the middle off the pitching rubber. That'll bring up Jake Cave. Strike over the inside corner.
And Jake's done a good job. You know, he made the error in the first inning, but he's played very well defense, very good defense, and also hitting wise, hitting .276, 4 home runs, driven in 20.
Outside, 1-1. Essentially doing this year, although getting more playing time than anyone imagined, but essentially doing this year what a lot of people thought Zach Granite would be doing. Granite's had shoulder problems going back to spring training. This ball stroked to right field, a base hit, and Garver will check in at second base. So the 8 and 9 batters get the first 2 hits for the Twins, and that'll bring up Mauer.
Well, we talked about, you know, Garver's minor league numbers. Cave, very good minor league numbers in the Yankee organization, a .285 hitter. So now getting the opportunity and just slap that ball into right center. So back-to-back singles for the Twins.
And Mauer at the plate. He went down swinging in the first after a couple of pitches he thought were outside were called strikes. 5 for 12 against Clevenger, the one Twins batter who's had the most success against the Cleveland right-hander. Tying run at second, nobody out. And ball 1 way outside. We've talked a number of times about Joe's excellence throughout his career, this year included, with men in scoring position. That's one of the pitfalls of batting him in the leadoff spot. You're requiring, hoping that the 8 and 9 batters can do what they have done here in this 3rd inning, get on base. 1-1.
Well, Joe this year hitting .431 with runners in scoring position. That's the best in the American League.
You can see .556 over the last month or so. So in that sense, the right guys at the plate. 1-1 from Clevenger. With the inside corner. And that's at least the second look back from Joe Mauer to Ryan Addington.
In the first inning, it was a pitch away that Joe questioned, and the ball looked like it hit the strike zone. The box.
You believe in the box, right?
I don't.
I believe in the box.
Box isn't big enough.
You'd like it to be more square?
Yeah, I want to. That's a small box. I want a large box.
North-south is okay. It's the east-west you don't like.
Right.
Okay.
Exactly.
2-2. Foul tip, and Gomes hangs on, and Mauer has struck out twice against Clevenger.
Yeah, Clevenger picks up his 4th strikeout.
That'll bring up Rosario, who drew a first inning walk. Their DQ combination, and Eddie loves hitting here and against the Indians.
Well, you know what? They're very good pitchers, and you know Rosario is a kind of a wild swinger. And usually the staff for the Indians, they're around the plate. So Eddie's going up there like he does against every day. But when you got guys like they have in their starting rotation, they're going to be in the strike zone. So Eddie's ready to swing.
Outside, ball 1. If you've watched him at all, you know he enjoys the big stage. Hit a home run in the wild card game last year.
43 multi-hit games this year. His 4th best in baseball, 3rd in the American League.
Fouled back. In the American League Central, Progressive Field is the big stage. Whoever is going to supplant the Indians as the next team to win some divisions in a row, they'll have to come through Cleveland. And Eddie loves hitting here. He loves hitting against the Indians. He loves hitting against the best. 1-1 from Clevenger to Rosario. Chases, and the pitch thrown back and safe at second. And they'll look at this because I think Garver's out. The throw right into the legs of Garver. And Lindor somehow caught it while he made the tag. And they're going to take a look at it. I think Garver's been picked off.
That's a tough play for a base runner because of the swing of Rosario. You freeze, and by the time he got back,
maybe not.
Maybe not. Like Garver got that left foot on the bag before Lindor applied the tag to his back foot.
Well, Garver did pop up off the bag, but Lindor had released the tag. So on second look, I don't think he'll get called out, and the Indians perhaps will lose their challenge. They're showing a replay here.
But he hasn't touched him yet, I don't believe, on the replay.
On the one on the big board here.
Right.
Take another look.
Well, good
and this is the one they just showed on the board.
Yeah, this is a good throw by Gomes, and they do call him out.
Got him on the calf. Yep, got him on the calf. And so Gomes from his knees picks off a runner at second base. And the count to Rosario is 1-2.
Well, you don't like to see guys picked off, but again, as a base runner, you know, Rosario swings through it, you freeze, and credit Gomes and Lindor. Great timing right there by those two.
And of course, there is the base hit. Probably wouldn't have scored Garver anyway. And now Cave makes a big turn at second. Rosario has reached both times tonight after a 4-hit night last night. Cave at second, Rosario at first, third single of the inning. We were just talking in the bottom of the second inning with Garver throwing at first to Gomes, how that's, you know, has to shorten, or I guess it was in the first inning when Brantley was at first.
Right.
How it has to shorten the secondary league, and then secondary lead, every once in a while you'll get an out. Gomes throwing to second base. Polanco takes strike one. Fouled away, 2 strikes. And Polanco will try to get something done here, hitting out of an 0-2 hole. Popped up. And Lindor will call off Ramirez. And the Twins strand 2 in the third.
Save big money at Menards on all your home improvement needs. And by Dodge. Join the Brotherhood of Muscle at the Dodge Summer Clearance event and get a great deal. What we got going on up here, right? The Brotherhood of Muscle.
That's right.
Bottom of the third. And Francisco Lindor will lead things off against Jake Odorizzi. Lindor hit the line drive to center, and Cave took 3 steps in and then couldn't retreat in time to keep Lindor from being credited with a double. And there was an error by Cave in the Brantley at bat. And the Indians eventually got a run. That's the extent of the scoring so far. 2-0.
And the only hit off of Odorizzi in the first 2 innings was the gifted double by Lindor.
And a strike over the inside corner.
You know, one thing Odorizzi has done in his first 23 starts, he has not had a lot of run support when he's in the game. Only 56 runs have supported him. It's the 3rd fewest in baseball among starters with at least 23 starts. He hasn't had too many games where, you know, he's up 3 or 4 nothing. I know he hasn't pitched to his liking yet, but runs are important, especially early in the ball game.
Twins will put their 2-strike shift on, moving Sano generally behind second base. And it counts 2-2. If the season started today, and I'm not the only one who wishes it did, Odorizzi probably would not be the opening day starter, but he was, and he handled himself very well. We showed you first 10 starts. He looked like a steal the way he was pitching. 3-2. Foul by about 5 feet. Now, if you were to start the season today, you'd probably have Barrios as the opening day starter, and then you might have Kyle Gibson pitching second for the Twins.
Well, Odorizzi did a great job. 6 shutout innings against the Orioles.
3-2. And another foul. Brantley on deck.
So I don't know, even though you don't, maybe you say he wouldn't start, you know, for today, but 6 shutout innings, pretty good. Brios or Gibson would have taken that. And Brios ended up, what, a couple starts later pitching a shutout against the Orioles.
Another foul. I'm just saying, if we were starting the season now, the Twins might shuffle the rotation a little bit. I think they're a little more confident that Barrios is their ace than they were on opening day when he hadn't even spent a full year in the big leagues yet. 3-2 to Lindor. Good crowd on hand here tonight. Guess starting on time helps, huh? Sort of 2 hours and 10 minutes late. And Sano gets the first hop and throws him out, 1 down. Stretch it out on the grass at Target Field for Yoga Night, presented by United Healthcare on Wednesday, September 5th. Participants will receive a Twins branded yoga mat, Twins game tickets, and an on-field yoga class. Reserve your spot today at twinsbaseball.com/yoga.
I got to ask you, I know that a lot of people keep score, whether they're listening to us or the radio or whatever. But how do you do that? I mean, okay, Sano got it, who's playing third, which is 5. But he caught it over by second base. How do you keep it in your book?
I go 5-3 with an arrow pointing to the right. In other words, the third baseman was over there someplace.
Okay, I do the 5-3, but then I have 4 with a circle, meaning around second base.
Okay.
Which second base is 4, correct? 5.
See, I think you'd
6.
figure out my way. If we switch scorebooks, I'd be confused with your way. I wouldn't.
Let me see your.
Then I actually.
Oh, there's no way I can see it. You messed up your 5.
You know why? Because there's a 4 under there. I actually put 4-3. No, wait a minute. That was Sano. This one hit to Cave, and number 2. 2 down in the third. Let's go to Audra Martin.
Guys, our big big story today is our old pal Bartolo Colon. Last night against Seattle, he gave up 4 runs on 8 hits, but it was good enough for career win number 246 to move past Dennis Martinez for the most wins by a Latin American-born player. He says he now has his eye on the most innings pitched by a Dominican player. He needs about 61 2/3 innings to make that happen, so might be an issue this season. Maybe that means we have another year of big, sexy baseball coming our way, guys.
Yeah, you know, last night I mentioned he passed Juan Marichal, but it was Dennis Martinez that he passed win-wise. Dennis Martinez, I believe, from Nicaragua.
Right.
And probably the 50-some innings, I would have to say it's probably Marichal.
It is Marichal, 61, I believe, something like that.
Yeah.
He'd have to come back next year. 0-2. As short as MLB is in pitching, I would guess, unless he blows out yet later this year, someone will, you know, sign him to a minor league deal, bring him to camp, I would think. Check swing, and it's 2-2.
Well, the Indians had a guy that they finally let pitch in the big leagues, a guy named Satchel Paige.
Yeah.
Nobody exactly knows how old he was when he did pitch for the Indians. Some thought in his 50s.
2-2. 3-2. And of course, they had Colon when he wasn't as big. I don't know about the other part, but he wasn't nearly as big as he is now.
He had some of his best years here in Cleveland.
Full count to Ramirez with the bases empty and 2 down. And that is lined over Polanco's head into left field for a 2-out single. That'll bring up Edwin Encarnacion.
Well, only the second hit off of Odorizzi. He was ahead 0-2, then 3-2, and gave him a fastball away. And good hitting by Ramirez, just taking it the other way. That's why that average is right around 300.
Here's Encarnacion. He drove in the run with a line drive to center field in the first inning.
Odorizzi here tonight making his 150th major league start. 44 wins, 45 losses.
Held up, ball 1. Hung on to the throw and may have gotten him at first base. Brantley stole second in the first inning.
Encarnacion here the other night hit his 25th home run. It's 7 years in a row that he's hit at least 25 or more. And the other one to do that is Mike Trout.
Who just turned 27 the other day. There goes the runner. And from his knees, Garver throws. And the ball hit Ramirez. And now he's going to scamper for third. And he will reach. And I'm not so sure that the throw from Garver didn't hit Ramirez.
Yeah, middle infielders in this series having a tough time catching the ball.
Middle infielders for the Twins.
For the Twins, yes. Garver's throw looked like it was a good throw from his knees right here. Throw right there, but Forsythe unable to get that ball in his glove. He catches that right there, he's out. But he made contact, I think, with the helmet of Ramirez, and then he scooted over to third.
Thankfully, it didn't look like the throw hit Ramirez. Now he stands at third base. Second Twins error. And with that steal, he's taken over the league lead. What kind of a combo are we talking about here? He may end up leading the league in home runs and stolen bases. 1-1 to Encarnacion. Tap foul.
Now, who got the error on that? Was that Garver that they gave the error to?
E2. Yep.
Wow. That was a good throw.
Oh, it was a tough error on Polanco 2 nights ago when it looked like the pickoff throw actually hit the runner. And I didn't think it was a pass ball last night either in the 9th inning.
You won't let go, will you?
1-2.
Deeper, deeper. Whoa, nice block right there.
Backhanded by Garver, and now it's 2-2. Here in the 3rd inning, the Twins lost a runner at second base, being picked off.
Yeah, he knows a breaking ball's coming, but on that little one hop, able to keep it in his glove.
Twins lost a runner, picked off at second base, and the Indians with 2 outs get a single, a stolen base, and there's an error at second base. And Ramirez now just 90 feet away. 2-2. 3-2. Alonso on deck.
And this is where Jake has had the biggest problems over Rizzi. You know, he got the first 2 outs and then the base hit, and all of a sudden now that pitch count at 62.
Tapper to third. Sano backpedals from the outfield grass, throws him out. Strong throw, a long throw by Sano, and the inning ends.
The Indians a 1-0 lead as Lindor tagged up on the sacrifice by Encarnacion. And Clevenger, 3 shutout innings, gave up 3 hits last inning, and Twins unable to score. And he has 4 strikeouts.
The run unearned, the first of 2 Twins errors, led to the run, and now Sano, Kepler, and Forsythe will hit in the 4th inning. Sano called out on strikes to strand Rosario at second base in the 1st inning. Breaking ball over the inside corner. The at-bats have been so much better, more competitive, showing more patience. Another breaking ball, same spot. It's 0-2. No fun hitting with an 0-2 count. See what Sano can do here. 81 strikeouts and 181 at bats. Another breaking ball. He whistles it fair down the line. And no fan interference, and Sano will jog into second with a leadoff double.
Well, you know what? Clevenger threw 3 breaking balls. 2 of them were started inside. That one he left out, and Sano just got it off the end of the bat, but a double for Sano, his 13th of the year.
Replay brought to you by Dodge.
That ball stayed up right there. Clevenger knew it. And Sano took advantage of it right down the line, maybe a couple feet fair. And the ball boy getting out of the way. Brantley gets it back in. So a leadoff double for the Twins, her 4th hit.
Here's Kepler. Popped up. And on one pitch, the first out, Sano standing on second base.
Yeah, not a good at bat right there.
One down. Logan Forsythe will bat in. For more on the new Twins second baseman, let's go to Audra.
Here's a few things to know about one of the newest faces in the clubhouse, guys. Logan Forsythe is a very athletic guy. He played 3 sports, baseball, basketball, and football. But after he blew out his knee playing football his sophomore year, he decided to focus strictly on baseball. In the offseason, he lives on a 65-acre farm just south of Nashville. He says he doesn't have any animals. It's mostly just about wanting space and privacy and peace and quiet. But he says after he retires, he plans on piling up the animals on his property. And his pride and joy is his son, Trace, who is already very athletic at not even 2 years old, hitting off a tee and sliding into bases, guys.
Double off the walls, just tied the game. He got a breaking ball and nearly cleared the fence.
I sure did. It put a good swing on it right there. Well, Forsythe, #1 pick by the Padres back in 2008. Took advantage of that, so a couple doubles here. And it's a 1-1 ball game. Forsythe picking up his 3rd RBI and his 2nd double in a Twins uniform. So that's all. Those are the pitches that Sano took basically for strike 1, strike 2. But Forsythe ended up jumping on it and about halfway up the wall. And Brantley gets it back in.
Now he's 8 for 19 since the trade. Here's Morrison. And he takes strike 1. Morrison popped to 3rd his first time up. Up and away, 1-1. Clevenger's uncorked some wild fastballs here in the opening innings. Pitches that have been 1.5 foot outside.
He's only had 1 wild pitch on the season. This being his 23rd start. Good at bat by Sano, scoring, tying the game.
One and two.
It's just been a struggle for Logan Morrison this year. Struck out 80 times this year and 311 at-bats.
His lowest batting average in a season, 457 at-bats. 3 years ago, he had 225 for Seattle. Hold to the right side. Lindor scoops it up. 2 away. And Forsythe goes to 3rd. 6-3 arrow right. Join the Twins season ticket holder family today. Get the best seats at the best price and be instantly enrolled in our Sweet Spot benefits and rewards program. Benefits include a 10% discount on food, beverage, and merchandise, early entry on select dates to watch Twins batting practice, and much more. Visit twinsbaseball.com/season tickets for more info. Here's Garver, singled up the middle, eventually picked off second base back in the 3rd inning. Nice stop by Gomes. We mentioned that Garver's hit. He's had a couple of exceptional offensive years in the minor leagues, and you can't help but wonder where he might hit average wise, power wise at this level. Certainly encouraging signs in the last month and a half. Driven to right field. And chased by Cabrera, short of the track, makes the catch. Twins tie the game with a run, leave another runner at 3rd. and your favorite Minnesota pro sports teams for United Way Action Day. This all-ages, family-friendly volunteer event happens tomorrow at Target Center. We still need your help packing 25,000 backpacks with school supplies for Minnesota's kids. In addition to volunteering, Action Day will be action-packed, featuring games, prizes, photo booths, a mini Crayola experience, and more. Visit gtcuw.org/Action Day and register today. Still haven't figured out whether the crayons themselves are mini or whether the experience is on the short side. Here's Yonder Alonso. Outside, ball one. Rizzi's given up just 2 hits. And now inside 2-0.
Curveball changeup so far. The first 2 pitches to Alonso. Alonso last year made the All-Star team when he was a member of the Oakland A's. And later traded to the Seattle Mariners. With 28 home runs last year.
That's lifted foul over by the tarp and out of play. 2-1. For Odorizzi, 66 pitches thrown, 37 strikes, 29 balls.
Alonso one time was drafted by the Twins back in 2005 out of Coral Gables High School in Florida. Did not sign and attending the University of Miami.
Fly ball left center field. And it is Rosario making the catch in front of Cave. 1 away. #1 draft choice for the Twins today, or this year, Trevor Larnach, promoted to Cedar Rapids. Got a double in his first at bat tonight. As we said last night, it sure looks like Royce Lewis and Alex Kirilloff are on the fast track, working through Class A ball, graduating very quickly from Class A ball in Cedar Rapids, being promoted to Fort Myers, and they're dominating there. Outside, ball one. At the knees, a strike.
Odorizzi himself a #1 pick by the Brewers back in 2008.
Pulled foul behind Sandy Alomar Jr. You played with Sandy Alomar Sr., didn't you?
Yes, I did.
With Texas?
Yep.
You're old, man.
I believe I pitched against him and his brother way back when they first came up.
Toward the end of your days? Oh,
yep.
Okay. Away, it's 2-2.
Yeah, their dad, Sandy Alomar Sr., good utility player. Played a lot for the Angels. We were teammates when he was with the Texas Rangers. Good baseball man. And he fed it right into his kids.
Fouled away. Hey, I wanted to ask you something. Abrupt subject change. Sorry about that. I've been watching some of the regional action in the College World Series. I know the answer to this, but I'm seeing 11 and 12-year-old kids throwing breaking ball.
I know.
And your thought on that is?
No fastball, changeup. But you know what? Doesn't matter how I think. These kids, they're kind of forced into curveball. Seattle had a young kid in the Carl's World Series, and he was a big kid. This was 10, 15 years ago. And he threw curveball after curveball, and they ended up winning the Little League World Series. But they said 3 or 4 years later, this kid couldn't pitch anymore. His arm basically hurt.
Liner to center, and Cave makes sure of that one. 2 away. Odorizzi with a couple of outs here in the 4th. Now will face Jason Kipnis. Kipnis with a ground ball to Morrison right behind the bag. Back in the second inning.
Yeah, I really, Dick, I don't know what to say about that. You know, with these young kids throwing all those breaking balls, you know.
But 11 and 12.
I don't know. Hopefully they stay healthy.
Isn't the haven't I heard you say not before your age 14, something like that?
13, 14. Once your arm develops a little bit better, it's a lot of pressure on that elbow at a young age.
Kipnis bunts it foul, 2 strikes. Sano, who had to charge in for the bunt attempt, now has to run behind the second base bag. Way up and away. Got a good ball game here. The Twins are out hitting the Indians 5-2.
Jake looking for his first 1-2-3 inning.
Pitch number 78. And fouled back.
Last couple innings, you got the first 2 guys out, and then the walk in the second inning, and then the base hit by Ramirez. So 23 in the first, 24 last inning. And again, averaging 19.1 pitches per inning. That's the most in baseball.
Right off the end of the bat. In fact, it chipped the bat.
But you know, he's always been that type of pitcher, even when he basically pitched with the Rays, averaging about 5 1/3 innings per start over his career. This is his 150th start. And he's pitched 820 innings coming into this outing in the big leagues. Just throws a lot of pitches in a short amount of time.
Unless he develops another pitch, it's unrealistic to expect him to be anything other than what he's become.
He's got a fastball, he's got a curveball, slider, and a changeup. Is there another one?
1 and 2.
Knuckleball maybe.
And now 3 and 2.
And a lot of full counts too.
Popped up. And it's near second base. And it is Sano standing on the bag. That would be an F5 arrow.
That's an F5 force with a 0.
Fans of the game hoping the I hope there's some Twins fans. And those are all Indians fans. Well, we got to convert them. That's our mission. Over time, as they get older, we need to convert them to Twins fans. Jake Cave will lead things off in the 5th. Facing Clevenger, Cave with a single got as far as second base in the 3rd inning. Strike on the outside corner. You know, when we showed the highlights there, it's just nice to see Miguel Sano active and smiling and being a part of things, both at the plate with the double and the run scored, but also that throw he made. You don't see a third baseman throw from the outfield grass very often. And that's a wonderful sight to see that very talented baseball player smiling and laughing. Lifted over by the tarp and no play. 1-2. It'll be Cave, Mauer, and Rosario in the Twins' 5th.
Rudy Hernandez, the assistant hitting coach right there, does a great job of communicating with all the Latin players.
Driven to the gap in left center. Geyer chasing it, and he gets there. Well hit ball off the bat of Cave for the first out of the 5th inning. Let's take a look at Sano's throw. Statcast AI powered by AWS, backpedaling to the grass.
And remember, it was Encarnacion that was running right there, so Sano had a little time and showed off that great arm. And Morrison, the ball almost took off on him. He had to leap up and come back on the bag, make it out.
156 feet across the diamond. Here's Mauer. He's gone down on strikes twice. Clevenger throws the slowest pitch he's thrown tonight for a called strike 1. Just outside, 1-1. Left field corner. Brantley still on the outfield grass, makes the catch, 2 down. We'll bring up Rosario. Friday, August 17th, you can join your friends in the Rose Garden at Target Field. Cheer on the Twins and Eddie Rosario as they take on the Tigers. Purchase your tickets through this special ticket package and get a Rosie's Rose Garden t-shirt with your ticket. Neat idea. Visit twinsbaseball.com/Rose Garden to get yours today. Where the seats are, I'm guessing there might be in left field. I don't know. It's a new promotion. New York, they have the judges' chambers, and the Twins will have the Rose Garden.
Very nice.
They have name a section after you.
The home run porch.
Okay. 1 strike. Tapped up the line slowly.
Go foul.
And right with his left foot on the bag, Alonso scoops it up, and the Twins go down 1-2-3 in the 5th.
A gem this afternoon from Jacob deGrom against the Reds. 10 strikeouts over 6 scoreless innings. It's an outing that lowered his ERA to a league-leading 1.77 ERA. And as impressive as he's been this season, the Mets have struggled behind him. Today was his first win since June 18th, guys.
Like to see him pitch sometime in person. Might have that chance next year. The Twins have the National League East in their schedule next year.
I want to see Syndergaard too, if he can stay healthy.
Yan Gomes will lead off the 5th against Jake Odorizzi. It'll be Gomes, Geyer, and Lindor. Just outside ball 1. Mariners got pummeled today by the Rangers. I don't know, you can get the toothpaste back in the tube, but they're going to try. It's been a really rough go for the Mariners, who, if the season were to end today, would not be in the playoffs, despite their great first half.
Well, you wonder if Robinson Cano, that's able to come back, I think, what, the 14th, somewhere in that range.
I thought I read it to this Sunday, maybe, but maybe fouled away. No, you're right. I think it is the 14th of August. But then what do you do? I mean, let's, make the assumption that he can provide a spark to the team, and then if they do make the playoffs, then he can't play.
Yeah, at least they made the playoffs if he can help out.
They've said they're not going to move D. Gordon away from second base. So Cano can DH, maybe play some first base. 2-2. All those one-run games that the Mariners had, and now they're losing some of those close ball games. 2-2 to Gomes. Pitch number 86 from Odorizzi. And an off-speed pitch tapped foul.
Yeah, Odorizzi's only given up 2 hits. He's only walked 1. No strikeouts yet.
And a base hit to right. Gomes rather slashes one to right field with 2 strikes, and a leadoff hit for the Indians.
A high fastball right there, just hitting it the other way, inside out swing.
Sanford Health injury report. And Corey Seager's going to go under the knife, or has gone under the knife, his left hip. And Kyle Seager, of course, his brother's with the Mariners. This was
Tommy John surgery.
Tommy John surgery, right. I mean, this is you buy one, you get one free, I guess. And so they're going to take care of both problems. They do think he'll be ready for spring training. Here's Geyer. And the ball bunted foul. 1 strike. So one area of the body's healing, and now there'll be a second area that'll have to heal up.
Terry Francona wanting Geyer to advance Gomes over to second base. Geyer yet to have a sacrifice. See if he tries it again here. Sano in on the grass at third.
And Sano tries to barehand it, and he didn't need to. That ball was bouncing, and he tried to barehand it. And
had a lot of spin on it too.
First and second, nobody out. The 8 and 9 batters are aboard.
I'll tell you what, it's a lost art, bunting, but you can see what it does to some defensive players. Right there, it kind of bunted it in the air. Gomes had to wait a little bit, but Sano, with the spin of that ball, maybe hit his thumb and then deflected away.
It's a bunt single for Geyer. Now 2 men aboard for Lindor. You're an advocate for using your bare hand to pick up a rolling, but when they're bouncing like that, that's tougher, isn't it?
He had plenty of time to get it in his glove and make with his arm. Should have made it to play the right way.
Lindor with 2 on and nobody out. Strike one. Well, not to beat a dead horse, but you were talking about Odorizzi's line before Gomes' single. 4 innings, just 2 hits, 1 walk, and you'd think, all right, well, 4 innings and that little damage, pitch count should be in the 60s, and instead it's up to 90 already. 2 strikes. Trevor May getting loose. Odorizzi and maybe May trying to keep this a tie ball game. One and two.
Well, he doesn't have a strikeout yet, and a strikeout right here would be nice. Jake has not had an outing where at least he's had 1 or 2 strikeouts. Shake off. We're sitting inside.
Check swing successfully. And it's 2-2.
55 pitches, 55 strikes, 37 balls.
Popped up near the Twins dugout, but out of play.
See, that's an out in Oakland right there. We'll be going to Oakland
September.
Yeah.
One and 2 to Lindor. Nice pick. Forsythe gets the force at second. Only 1 out. I don't know that they would have been able to get Lindor in a double play anyway, but the double play still in order because of the force at second base.
That little short hop right there. Forsythe had it slip out of his glove, but able to barehand it and get the force out over to Polanco. It looked like he hit it right off the end of the bat right there. A little short hop. That tough play, but able to get the out at second of Geyer. Then Gomes moves over to third.
First and third, one down at Brantley. Reached on the Cave error in the first, and then lined out to Cave in the third. He's hit a couple of balls pretty well against Odorizzi here tonight. Of course, Lindor, much everybody in the first 3 spots in this Cleveland lineup, they're all threats to steal. Indians had this situation in the first inning. First and third, nobody out. Eventually getting the run in on Encarnacion's fly ball to center.
tough out right here. Brantley especially good here at home, a .343 hitter.
Strike. Blocked by Garver, keeping both runners at their bases.
Brantley leads the Indians in hitting to double plays with 12.
And Odorizzi more of a fly ball pitcher.
Right.
He's got 7 of them. And it isn't because there haven't been men on base. One and one. Chopper towards short. And there'll be only one play, and there was a close play at that.
Not hit hard enough right off the end of the bat. That scores Gomes from third base. Brantley picks up his 60th run batted in. And Lindor is at second.
So the 2 runs scoring on productive outs, a fly ball in the first, a ground ball here in the 5th, and that'll bring up Ramirez with another runner in scoring position.
That was kind of an unearned run in the first inning right here. You know, the bunt should have at least gotten 1 out, but instead it was runners at first and second and nobody out, and the Indians take advantage of it.
Both runs could have been eliminated with some crisper play in the field. Now Ramirez will have a chance to add another run with Lindor at second and 2 down.
Be careful right here. You have first base open.
That's where Encarnacion's signing really has made this Cleveland team a strong one. They knew they needed to have somebody to protect the front 3 hitters inside a ball.
Ball's behind him here. Don't be surprised if Paul Molitor puts the 4 fingers up.
Well, it's 2-0, and now they got a chance at second base. Safe at second. Polanco making the catch and the tag, and then flipping over. And so Garver tried to do in delayed fashion what Gomes succeeded in doing. The Twins are going to take a look at it.
Now, it looked like Lindor got his hand back, but good throw by Garver. Take a look right here. Looked like a changeup away. And Lindor thought about going. And a good throw.
No, he got back, I think. Two and 0. 3-0. Encarnacion on deck, and they will go ahead and walk.
There
now.
you go. Yep.
Ramirez ends up going to first with an intentional walk. And Paul Molitor coming to the mound here. And he's going to bring in Trevor May. Odorizzi unable to complete 5 innings. He controlled this Cleveland lineup.
I thought he pitched well. I mean, good defense behind him. Might still be a 1-0 Twins lead. Instead, it's a 2-1 Indians lead.
Odorizzi checks out, and Trevor May checks in. did awfully well against this lineup. The 3 prior starts had really given him trouble.
Well, you know what? I mean, kind of was an unearned run in the first inning, and even what we just saw this inning, that bunt we have to get an out on that bunt. That puts more pressure on the pitcher. And for the first time this year, Odorizzi did not get a strikeout in a start. So, but here's Trevor May making just his 4th appearance. Only 2 1/3 innings. 5 strikeouts for Trevor.
He gave up a couple of hits and a run in his first outing against the Indians on July 31st. Since then, 2 outings, 1 against the Indians and 1 against the Royals, and a total of an inning and 2/3 with 4 strikeouts. A couple of hits along the way, but he hasn't walked anybody, and small sample size to be sure. But as you look at someone coming back from Tommy John surgery, you look for the stuff and the location, and the strikeouts would suggest to you that they're both there, at least so far.
Yeah, I talked to Trevor in Minnesota after that outing. I think it's that rain delay. Pitched 1 great inning.
Struck out all 3.
Yeah. He said his arm feels super. So
trying to keep this a 2-1 ball game.
We need some super pitches right here.
And 95 gets a swing and a miss. Trying to get the Twins off the field in the 5th, and maybe being extended another inning or so. Breaking ball, tap foul. So he's got the curve, he's got the fastball, he's also got the changeup.
He's got a very good curveball too, straight over the top. Ahead in the count right here. See what they decide on. Barber sitting away.
Fastball up and away. To third and to second, the runners go, and the ball lifted to the right field corner, and Kepler catches it. So both runners took off, but May got the out, and it's 2-1. The #1 selling brand in the Twin Cities. By Grant Casino, the best stories start here. And by Wisconsin Dells, the water park capital of the world. Indians back in front. Twins tied it up in the 4th, and now in the 6th, it'll be Jorge Polanco to lead things off. And Miguel Sano and Max Kepler.
And Mike Clevenger out there for his 6th inning of work. 73 pitches, 49 for strikes, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts.
Polanco with a ground out and a pop up, and he takes a strike on the outside corner. I mentioned Clevenger had some rough outings, but 13 quality starts, and he's on the verge of another one here tonight. Right off the end of the bat, Lindor scoops, and close play got him. And Paul Molitor springs out of the dugout. They want to take a look at it first. Would love to have this challenged and overturned. Get Polanco's speed at first to start the inning.
Ball took a little time to get there, kind of off the end of the bat, but good hustle by Polanco.
And there'll be no challenge. 1 away quickly in the 6th, and now Sano. Clevenger fed him 3 straight breaking balls. Sano took the first 2 and then reached across the plate and hooked the 3rd one into the left field corner for a double. Then later scored on Forsythe's double off a curveball. What we haven't seen is Sano catching a fastball flush yet. We've seen him do some damage with some off-speed pitches. We haven't seen him click on a mid-90s fastball yet. He fouled that one away.
Square up with one.
Breaking ball tapped to 3rd, but foul 0-2.
You know, you're talking about Clevenger, even though he's 0-4 over his last 5 starts, ERA at almost 5. In 4 of the 5 starts, he went at least 6 innings.
Right. And a breaking ball got him, and he's gone quickly on 3 pitches.
Clevenger striking out for Snow for the 2nd time. Picks up his 5th strikeout.
And it'll bring up Kepler.
We have not seen Sano do this much since his return. Swing at a pitch, you can see a foot outside and down and away.
Yeah, that was never a strike. Even from the point of release, it was going to be outside.
We saw that before his demotion. Haven't really seen it since his return.
2 down, and now Kepler.
Except for there.
Ball 1. It's the 80th pitch coming for Clevenger. Speed pitch, a swing and a miss. Since Forsythe's RBI double, Clevenger has set down 7 men in a row. Two and 1. Lifted to right, and running in is Cabrera, and Clevenger has a 1-2-3 6th inning.
earlier today about Mitch Garver. He said there is a night and day difference from the Mitch Garver I saw in spring training, but it's not just about the things on the field, it's the stuff that you don't see, like the way he builds scouting reports in the morning, the trust and the rapport he has with the pitchers. He says it's all important and he's taken big strides forward. And he says when it comes to their relationship, it's never been about competition. When Mitch is catching, Bobby is his biggest supporter. He's tried to be a good mentor, telling him about the mistakes he's made, the lessons he's learned over the course of his career. And he says, I call him a Ferrari. I like to think that I'm more of an old classic, like a big old Benz, but if I can help fine-tune him, then that's what I'm here for, guys.
Wow.
That's what I mentioned earlier. You know, you feed off of the experience of Wilson and also Jason Castro when he's in town. That's the way you learn. You learn from the guys that have been through the ups and downs of Major League Baseball.
2 quick strikes to Yonder Alonso.
I think this is the first time that Trevor May ended an inning and going back out for the second time. So this is something, you know, that Trevor has to also learn. I know he did some that down in the minor leagues, but up here a little bit different. Adrenaline flowing a little bit more.
Man.
Good fastball. Well, the first strikeout of the ball game goes to Trevor May.
We'll bring up Melky Cabrera.
For the Twins, yes.
Fastball or changeup?
That looked like a fastball. Well, let's see. Yeah, maybe a changeup.
Center cut, but Alonso was looking for the heater. Here's Cabrera 0 for 2. A grounder to second and a liner to center. Some irony here in Cleveland, given the state of the outfield. All the young guys seem to have gotten hurt, and it's the old guys who are playing here in August. Cabrera just called up a week and a half ago for the second time for the Indians. Leonis Martinez, a veteran, he's been around a while. Rajay Davis, all relatively healthy, but it's the Naquins, the Chisenhalls, and the Bradley Zimmers that have been hurt.
Right.
Chisenhall apparently is going to make the road trip with the Indians and continue baseball activities. They have hopes of getting him back. Zimmer's done for the year.
He's got a, what is that, a left calf issue? Chisenhall?
Chronic calf issue for Chisenhall. Swung on and missed 1 and 2.
Yeah, earlier this year it was a right calf strain, and now it's a left calf strain. And Cabrera, a late signee. Nobody wanted him during the wintertime when he was a free agent.
Pulls one to right. A 1-out single here in the 6th.
Now, he didn't sign with the Indians a minor league contract until the latter part of April.
Twins fans, if you can't catch the games on TV, stream them live on your mobile device with Fox Sports Go. Download the app. Take Fox Sports North and Twins baseball wherever you go.
And Cabrera with that base hit, taken out of the ball game. Rajay Davis taking over at first base, the speedster.
And Kipnis will hit. Kipnis 0 for 2. He's pulled the ball twice, once on the ground, once on an infield pop-up.
Davis with 16 stolen bases in 21 attempts. Throwovers.
And that ball hit, and twice Morrison collides with Davis. We'll see what they rule here. Not once, but twice Morrison, in pursuit of the ball, interfered with Davis. And Davis advances on the 3rd Twins error. This one likely will be charged to May.
Let's take a look at the throw right here. It's in on Davis, so the contact, what Morrison's trying to do is retrieve the ball, but Davis keeps pushing him away. You see into the runner.
Error charge to May.
It's a third Twins error here tonight.
And the other misplay on the bunt last inning. So it's not been the tidiest ball game for the Twins in the field. Now runner at second with one down, and Kipnis at the plate. Well, we've seen Twins in recent games, not just in this series, but they're trying to throw to the bases. We've seen catchers do it. And a couple of errant pickoff throws in this series. Outside 1-1 or 1-0. But of course, it's the threat of the steal that Davis provided instead of Cabrera that led to him getting to second base, and he never had to steal the base. It was given to him. There's a strike, 1-1.
Good curveball right there by Trevor May.
Into the bat foul. 1-2. Where Odorizzi had a tough time striking out people. We told you a couple outings ago against the Royals, May picked up 3 of them.
Yeah, and Trevor utilizing that slide step too, because with Sano playing at deep third base and the speed of Davis at second base, make sure you get that ball toward home plate as quick as possible.
Seen Davis in his drive to steal third base more than any other runner of this era. Nice stop by Garver. Just got the sense that Davis over the years, going back to his Toronto days, enjoys stealing third more than second. So you're right, this is a key spot here for May, and a nice block by Garver to keep Davis at second.
Again, you know, Garver right here maybe saving, you know, that ball gets away from him. Davis scoots over to third. Now there's a man at third with 1 out.
2-2 to Kipnis. 95 up and in.
Yeah, that ball not that far inside. You see Kipnis right on top of the plate, able to get out of the way.
Full count now. Got him. Breaking ball on the outside corner or thereabouts.
Yeah, looked like the changeup right there again.
2 down, and now Yan Gomes.
Yeah, 3-2 changeup. You got Alonso on a changeup. So he pulled the string right here. Kipnis, ball out of the strike zone. He's a strikeout victim.
See the 3-pitch mix, and you can see why throughout his professional career he's been considered at least a candidate to start, because he's got 3 good pitches. Here's Gomes. Walk on a single and a run scored. Ball inside.
Yeah, in this situation here as a pitcher, don't worry about Davis anymore. Your goal is to get Gomes out right here. Gomes gets a base hit. Davis is going to score whether he's at second or third. So whatever it takes, if it takes a high leg kick to make a better pitch toward home plate, go ahead and do it.
Foul back.
I know when Ricky Henderson was at second base and I'm out on that mound with 2 outs, go ahead and steal third. My goal is to get the hitter out. Because if I give up a base hit, Ricky's going to score anyway, no matter score from first. He was fast.
1-1. Now 2-1. Twins used 4 relievers last night, the 2 lefties, Rogers and Moya, and then Hildenberger and Rodney. Two and 1. Pulled foul. Nice stop by Sano, and he fires across the diamond. Another nice play by Sano, backhanding it and throwing him out from foul territory. Trailing 2-1.
I've seen it a couple times against Encarnacion in the 3rd inning. He made a nice play right there in foul territory. That took the Twins out of the 3rd inning, and then right here again in foul territory, showing off that solid arm with a strike over to Morrison.
1-run ball game out of the 7th. Logan squared will hit, and then Mitch Garver, Forsythe, Morrison, and Garver.
One thing Clevenger's been able to do, he's faced 23 batters in 12 of the 23. He's had to count 0-2 or 1-2. He's worked ahead in the count. He's thrown 82 pitches, 56 strikes. Now he had 53 pitches the first 3 innings. And over the last 3 innings, where he's retired 8 straight, he's needed only 29 pitches. Davis taking over at center field, and Geyer moving over to right.
Forsythe takes ball 1 inside, a fastball. He hit a hanging breaking ball off the fence and left for an RBI double back in the 4th inning.
Yeah, there's Geyer going from center to right.
Again, the Cleveland bench a little short. Leonis Martin not feeling well. This one drilled to the right field corner, but it'll twist foul. 1-1. Up and in, 2-1. Breaking ball called a strike. 2-2. Now Forsythe looks back at Ryan Addington. Tapper to short. Easy play for Lindor. One down. And now 9 in a row set down by Clevenger. Are you in to win? Brenda was. She's our feature in tonight's Minnesota Lottery Winner's Circle. Brenda won $100 in scratch tickets just by saying, I'm in. One down, and now Logan Morrison popped to third, grounded to Lindor. Scalded and fouled. One strike.
Now Mike Clevenger making his 54th major league start here tonight. 22 wins, 16 losses, an ERA about 3.5. So being a number 4 starter, pretty good on this rotation. He has one complete game in his career, and that was a shutout earlier this year in Baltimore. A 2-hit shutout.
Strike 2, 75 miles per hour. You know, the Cleveland model's obviously been successful for them, and it's probably a model that other teams would do well to emulate. Position player wise, they've dipped into the free agent market. They've got guys like Alonso, Encarnacion to keep the lineup going. But the pitching side of things, at least so far, you know, there was a time when, you know, they brought in Oral Hershiser, Dennis Martinez, some free agent pitchers, with Brad Hand getting loose. But on the pitching side, the current model for them seems to be to develop, if not draft and develop players internally, starting pitchers, and keep the flow coming, if you will.
Yeah, now Clevenger, they ended up getting him from the Angel organization.
Right, but he was developed within
their system.
Right. And then maybe the same thing now with this Shane Bieber. He's had a couple of good games against the Twins. Bauer was acquired in a trade
from Arizona, right? Or a 3-team trade. Yeah.
2-2 to Logan Morrison, and he takes low. 3-2.
Clevenger's walked the one batter. He has struck out 5. Walked Rosario in the first inning. And you can see the first 3 innings, 53 pitches, but since the 4th, very good numbers. At 92 pitches, trying to get the final 2 outs here in the 7th.
High fly to center. Retreating is Davis with room. 2 down. And we'll bring up Garver. MLB.TV is now available at a lower price. $49.99. You can watch every out-of-market regular season game, plus get a free subscription for MLB At Bat Premium. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.TV and take advantage of the special offer. Matt McGill getting loose. Garver 1 for 2. Singled up the middle to lead off the third, ended up being picked off second, and then hit a fly ball to right. Off the end of the bat and rolled to Lindor. Another 1-2-3 inning for Clevenger, his 3rd in a row.
11 straight Twins retired. Encarnacion with a sacrifice fly in the first inning as an unearned run charged to Odorizzi. 1-0 lead. Twins came back. Forsythe with a double off the wall. That scored Sano, who had doubled the 2 hitters prior. And right here, a little infield out creates a second run for the Indians with a 2-1 ball game.
Matt McGill will come in to pitch for the Twins. McGill's first appearance since he became a father a couple of days ago. Left the ball club to be on the paternity list. And he and his wife brought Maverick into the world. Maverick McGill.
Yeah, you got to pitch a little bit better. Got another mouth to feed, Matt. So making his 25th relief appearance.
And McGill's done a nice job. Just hasn't pitched for a while. He'll get a chance to pitch at least an inning here. His last outing was against the Indians back on the 2nd of the month.
Good job by Trevor May. 1 1/3 inning, just a hit allowed, couple strikeouts.
Geyer will lead off the Cleveland 7th. Geyer singled his last time up. Trying to put down a bunt. Sano barehanded it, but didn't do it cleanly. Straight up in the air. And caught in the right-handed batter's box by Garver. 1 down, and for more on Matt McGill, let's go to Audra.
Well, guys, earlier in the season, we saw Matt McGill in that long relief role, but yesterday, Paul Molitor says they're no longer looking for length from him. They're going to be putting him in those shorter, more high-leverage situations, basically stepping into the Ryan Presley type role. He says his improved breaking ball has really elevated his effectiveness versus hitters on both sides of the plate. He had that cutter slider early on, but he's added more depth where now it's almost like 2 different breaking balls that he has in his repertoire that play really well with the velocity he has. And as for McGill, he says he is pumped. He always liked being put in those long relief situations, but in these more high pressure situations, he says it's a new thrill, something new, exciting. And he's always just so appreciative to have a chance to pitch in big league games. This is just a new addition and a new challenge for him, guys.
And he delivers strike 1 to Lindor. Now a chopper towards second. Forsythe gets a chest high hop. Throws him out, 2 down.
I think that's what any pitcher wants. You want to be put into situations that, you know, a shutout inning means something rather than a 10-0 ball game.
Right.
So far, so good for Matt McGill.
A couple of quick outs here in the 7th, and now Brantley.
He's always had a good slider. That was kind of his pitch, but he's occasionally curveball. So he's kind of bringing that back. It's hard sometimes when you're out in that bullpen. You got to rely on the number 1 and number 2 pitches to add another pitch besides the changeup, the slider. Now he's adding in with his fastball, the curveball.
Strike on the outside corner.
A good fastball at 95.
And now with 1 strike, the Twins will change defenses, moving Sano to the right side. 25,476 the paid attendance, and a handful of people like you and me who got in here for free. Driven to right. Kepler is back.
Good inning.
A quick inning for McGill. 5 pitches and 3 outs. Thank you very much. It's a 2-1 ball game, and Johnny Field is going to hit for Jake Cave because Brad Hand is in the game.
Yeah, Brad Hand coming over from the Padres in a trade, making his 8th appearance for the Indians. 8 innings pitch, giving up a couple runs, 1 home run, 1 walk, 8 strikeouts. He's also picked up 3 saves for the Indians. And of course, talked about it earlier, born in Minneapolis, to Chaska High School, signed by the Mariners originally back in 2008, their number 2 pick.
Field just won at bat as a Twin. And a strike, 1-1.
2 good breaking balls right there. Fastball in the low 90s, got 2-seamer, 4-seamer, circle changeup, and then the hard breaking ball.
Field's got a little pop, 170 at bats on the season, 6 home runs, 9 doubles. Off the end of the bat, foul, 1-2. It'll be Field, then Mauer and Rosario. Hand brought in, really tough against lefties. The Twins made the one move they could, subbing Field for Cave, but then 2 lefties will follow, Mauer and Rosario.
It's Field's second at bat. Remember here the other night he hit a ball to straightaway center right against the wall. Marte made a great catch, robbing of an extra base hit.
Checked his swing, and it's 2-2. Indians in an enviable spot late in the ball game because they've got a guy who can close from the left side and the right side. Allen, of course, the right-handed complement to Hand right now. And out in front, a swinging strikeout, 1 down.
Breaking ball right there, gets a strikeout. And 28 years old, 2-time National League All-Star, made the All-Star team this year, made it last year for the Padres. See the big break.
Replay brought to you by Carrier. These are the situations that Terry Francona would like to have late in the ball game. Obviously the lead, but the way the lineup's set up with the heavy left-handedness here in the 8th inning. Cave was scheduled, pinch hit for by Field, but now Mauer and Rosario, switch hitter Polanco, but then Sano, who might hit this inning, might hit in the 9th. He's the one guy you'd be most concerned about in a 1-run ball game. Well, then you can bring Allen in to face him. So you got 2 closers, and they, I expect from here on out, might flip-flop back and forth depending on what the lineup looks like.
That's what Terry Francona said, depending on who's up in the 8th or 9th inning, exactly what he's doing here.
1-0 to Mauer.
Hand saved 24 games for the Padres before getting traded to Cleveland. Good breaking ball here, just missed. Just below the box.
Center and down for a hit. Mauer gets his first hit with 1 out here in the 8th inning. That'll bring up Rosario.
This copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the Minnesota Twins and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Minnesota Twins LLC.
Here is Rosario, a walk, a single, and a ground ball to first. And wants a different baseball. Pitchers now, I guess, can just do that, right? Throw it out. Used to have the umpire's approval to change baseball.
I never threw out a ball if it had a cut on it. Why would you throw it out? Think about it.
They should come from the factory that way, shouldn't they?
They should, yes. Couple scuff marks here or there.
1 strike. Rosario continues to excel hitting left-handed pitching. 270 batting average. Power not as prevalent against lefties. 13 extra base hits and 148 at bats.
See if Hand can maybe hang him one of those breaking balls.
Off the plate, 1-1.
Brad Hand, as I mentioned, 28 years old, came up with the Marlins in 2011, 5 seasons with them, then 2.5 seasons with the Padres before coming here to Cleveland.
Soft line drive and the throw across, not in time to double off Mauer. Hit right off the end of the bat to Ramirez for out number 2. That'll bring up Polanco.
And then now for Minnesota, number 11, Jorge Polanco.
One of the reasons Hand's acquisition was so critical for the Indians, Allen has not had his normal good year and was taken out of the closer's role right after Hand arrived. But we would expect that they'll both get opportunities down the stretch.
Well, I think they're unsure of Andrew Miller too,
right?
You know, with his knee issue.
Miller looked okay last night. Yep. Polanco lays down a bunt. Ramirez lets it go and it just missed the base. Wow. Had that hit the corner of the base, certainly a base hit. But if it had bounced anywhere into foul territory, Mauer might have been able to scamper to third base.
Yeah, not a lot of dirt between the fair territory and the grass. And this looked like it was going to stay on the grass right here. You can see maybe about what, 6 inches, 8 inches, but decides to let it go and then it hit the lip of that grass right there and it kicked it left. Just right there.
Lindor was backing up the play. 1 strike to Polanco. Starting to swing the bat better from this side of the plate. The Twins need a 2-out hit here. It's Sano to the plate. On the outside corner now, it's 0-2.
Well, watch this breaking ball right here. It starts outer half of the plate and then works the corner.
Two strikes. Fouled away, came in with a fastball. No one's warming up, so even if Polanco reaches, Hand will stay in the game and pitch to Sano. Sure, Terry Francona's looked at Sano's average against lefties, which is not very good. More than 100 points less than what it was last year. 2 strikes to Polanco. Breaking ball hit foul down the right field line. Talked to Brad when the Indians were in town. Doesn't spend much time in the Twin Cities anymore. Comes home for holidays. Lives in South Florida.
Well, I saw that last pitch right there. That was almost the same breaking ball he got strike 2 on. That Polanco fouled it off. It's a good foul ball right there by Polanco.
Kept the at bat alive.
Yep, now Gomes sitting inside.
Breaking ball fouled. Came up. Got Polanco around the shoulder.
Well, Polanco hitting only 167 as a right-handed hitter, but he's had a lot better at-bats from this side of the plate. That's a good at-bat so far. He's fouled off some tough pitches.
Oh, and 2. Checked his swing, or did he? He did. Wow. That's what we're talking about, that Buxton's going to have to be able to do what Polanco just did and not feel pain. Look at this check.
Yep, kept the barrel of the bat back.
Now imagine you've got an inflamed wrist and you try to do that.
It'll continue to be inflamed.
Yes, it will. 1 and 2. And then he chased a high fastball.
Yeah, pretty upset right there. Okay at bat, but he lost the battle.
First pitch breaking ball by McGill, bends over for strike 1. McGill had a 1-2-3-7 through just 5 pitches. And now he'll face Ramirez, Encarnacion, and Alonso. The game here 2 nights ago was really the outlier. A 10-0 ball game. Johnny Field is in center field for Cave. Because the games have, almost all of them, been like this, like the one last night. Very competitive games. Oh, and 2. Bounces to Garver.
Well, probably most competitive was what one in Puerto Rico with 16 innings.
Walk off by Ryan Lamar.
Lamar just got called up by the White Sox.
Yeah.
Wish him well. He did a good job for the Twins.
And now 2 and 2. Three of the 5 Twins wins this year have been walk-offs. 1 in San Juan, 2 of them at Target Field. Driven to right, deep down the line, and a foul ball.
Well, 33 home runs for Ramirez. J.D. Martinez hit a home run yesterday. He leads the American League with 34 for the Red Sox. How about Chris Davis of Oakland, too? Boy, he's been red hot.
3-2 now. Full count to Ramirez. And he lost him. A leadoff walk here in the 8th.
Taylor Rogers getting up in the Twins pen. And Garver going to make a mound visit.
Refreshing finish from Coors Light. Some nice plays at third base by Miguel Sano.
Yeah, we see him play at deep third base in foul territory right there. He stayed fair that time, but the 2 previous ones he went in foul territory to show off that outstanding arm he has across the diamond.
Sano's got 1 hit for the Twins. He scored their run, and they're hoping that he could come up with another one in the 9th inning against Cody Allen. I thought I saw Allen warming up out there, but now I don't see anybody.
Yeah, he's standing there.
Is he? Okay. Encarnacion fouls, goes after a 95-mile-per-hour fastball. There's Allen, occasionally throwing now, warmed up. One strike to Encarnacion. Driven to center. Field is over to make the catch. Well hit for the first out. That'll bring up Alonso. Cancer seems to impact everyone in Twins territory. You can join us August 14th and show your support for cancer awareness. Supporters purchasing tickets through this special theme night ticket package will receive a Twins cancer awareness hat. The color of the Twins logo on the front of the hat corresponds to the color associated with the most prevalent cancers seen throughout Twins territory. To learn more and join the Twins in their effort to strike out cancer, visit twinsbaseball.com/cancer awareness.
Yeah, Paul Molitor coming out, taking out McGill. Good job by McGill. Only the walk. It'll be Taylor Rogers coming in.
Miguel had a long battle with Ramirez, lost him to a walk, but you're right. 5 batters faced, he got 4 outs. And Now he will give way to Taylor Rogers, who will be assigned the task of getting Yonder Alonso and Rajay Davis.
Well, it was Alonso that Taylor Rogers faced last night when he pitched 1 inning, the 7th inning. Alonso hit a fly ball to left field for an out. Then he hit Gomes. Then he had a couple strikeouts after that. 11 pitches, 9 for strikes for Taylor.
Alonso 0 for 3. Chopped, foul, and that wasn't foul by any more than the bunt was on the top of this inning. So no playing off the line. Strike.
Keep an eye on Ramirez over there. 26 stolen bases in 30 attempts.
Called back. And it's 0-2.
Taylor with a good fastball. Changes speeds on the breaking ball.
Oliver Drake getting loose. Might be a 1 and done for Rogers if he can get Alonso out. Maybe Drake will be brought in to face Davis. Breaking ball. It's a swing and a miss.
Good. Big breaking ball right there. And Taylor picking up the strikeout.
2 down. Runner at first. And Davis comes to the plate. And apparently he will face Rogers.
You see the big breaking ball. Alonso swinging through it.
Left-handed batting Kipnis, of course, hitting behind Davis. But Rogers will try to get Davis here and get the Twins to the 9th inning in a 1-run game. And they have him picked off, and Forsythe is right there to receive the throw and put on the tag. Nice throw by both Rogers and Morrison to pick off the runner at first, and we head to the 9th. Last chance for the Twins down a run. They'll have the middle of the lineup. Sano, Kepler, and Forsythe due up against Cody Allen, who has not been the Cody Allen of old.
Yeah, the Indians have 28 saves. Cody Allen with 21 of those, 46 in the third innings. Given up 8 home runs. Walked 19, 2 intentional, but 51 strikeouts in the 46 in the third innings.
It's the home runs that have jumped up and bloated his ERA by his standards. And it'll be Sano, Kepler, and Forsythe. Sano with 2 strikeouts and a double and a run scored.
Allen with a good fastball, hard curveball, occasional changeup.
Pitches up.
Curveball right there, missing up. Allen in his 7th season with the Indians.
Free agent after this year.
Yep.
Big swing and a miss. A speed pitch, but it looked like Sano was sitting on it, but he missed it.
That was a curveball again. See the curveball right here? That's the one Sano could drive a long way if he could make solid contact. That ball up and in with a fastball.
2-1. It'll be a short night anyway with a day game tomorrow, but missing that curveball might keep Miguel awake tonight for a while. It was right there. 2-1. Right center and deep to the gap. Tie game. Miguel Sano ties it with an opposite field home run, the 9th home run allowed by Allen.
Well, he's just again witnessed the strength of Miguel Sano. Yes, 2 pitches prior, he had a curveball he could have hit over the left field fence, but here the curveball away and he took it the other way.
After a pitch that was buzzed high and tight, he hammers one toward the bullpen to tie the game.
His first home run since being recalled, and his 8th of the year, and it comes at the right time.
Here is Kepler. Check swing foul.
Well, the pitch before the home run, the fastball.
Helmet high.
And he waited back nicely and hit it the other way. Tie ball game.
1 strike to Kepler and now a ball. So yeah, double for the first run, leading to the first run. Now a game tying home run in the 9th. Kepler lifts it foul. 1-2. Kepler looking for his first hit. The batting average up over the 240 mark, and it was heading in the right direction. But now down to 234. And away with a breaking ball. 1 down. There you see the exit velocity just under 103 miles per hour and only 393 feet.
Just enough.
But I like those kind anyway. The ones that just go over the wall. Here is Logan Forsythe. Doubled in the first run. Took a breaking ball and banged it off the fence and left. Fastball off the plate, ball 1. Forsythe now 8 for 20 as a Twin. Fouled back.
Good swing there.
And now Rodney warming up in the event the Twins take the lead, and if not, one would think Hildenberger will get the bottom of the 9th inning. Bounces to Gomes. 2-1. All the way 2-2.
A couple of good swings at that fastball where he fouled him straight back.
Brian Dozier's doing well for the Dodgers. Logan Forsythe's doing well for the Twins.
Had a couple home runs for the Dodgers. 63 in his career.
Driven to left, down for a hit. So Forsythe picks up 2 more hits tonight. And the go-ahead runs at first with 1 down. That'll bring up Logan Morrison.
I remember he caught up to a couple fastballs, fouled him straight back. This one he got the barrel of the bat out and picks up his 2nd hit. Twins pick up their 8th hit of the ball game.
And now Morrison looking for his first hit. Forsythe dives back to the bag.
He's got 1 stolen base for the Twins. .39 career saves for Forsythe.
Steals.
Steals, yes.
2 for the Dodgers, 1 for the Twins this year. Morrison takes high, ball 1. Terry Francona moved Allen, as we said, out of the closer's role. He had Hand. Wanted to get a look at him in that role anyway, but again saying, okay, now we're getting a little deep into August. He wants to use the both. And gave up a hit, but no runs in the 8th. The Twins have tied it against Allen. To the backstop, and Forsythe will go to 2nd. The count is 2-0. And Gomes to the mound to get their signals straight, with the runner now at 2nd.
Yeah, only the 2nd wild pitch for Allen this year. Making his 48th appearance. Curveball got underneath the glove of Gomes.
Well, that'll be a wild pitch, I'm guessing, but that's a pitch that Gomes should have caught. That didn't even get to the dirt. Wild pitch is the call. And the count is 2-0 to Morrison. Now in his first at bat in the 2nd inning at a 2-0 count. And took a fastball for a called strike right in his wheelhouse. See if he's a little more aggressive here. Takes inside, 3-0. Garver on deck.
Yeah, Perez starting to loosen up. Out in the bullpen, Oliver Perez.
He's threatening to turn the lineup over and send Mauer and Rosario to the plate later this inning. Three and 0 to Morrison. And now they've got the runner, Forsythe, trapped between 2nd and 3rd. And Forsythe will be tagged out. Safe at 2nd, barely, is Morrison. It was a busted bat. And Allen made a nice fielding play, and he looked over his right shoulder, and Forsythe was halfway between 2nd and 3rd. And we'll see whether the Indians challenge the play at 2nd base with Morrison.
Well, Morrison on a 3-0 pitch. He broke his bat right there. And Ramirez tags him out, and then Morrison hustling into 2nd base.
1-6-5 the put out. They're going to challenge the play at 2nd base now and see whether they got an inning-ending double play. Yeah, 3-0. Morrison green lighted, and he shattered his bat.
Well, that's your goal as a base runner. What Forsythe did, he tried to stay in as long as he could to allow Morrison to try to get into scoring position. We'll find out if he was successful or not.
And find out whether Garver will get an at bat here with the go-ahead run in scoring position.
Yeah, it looked like he got his on the big screen. Looked like he got his left foot on the bag
right there
before.
And did he keep it on the bag? Somewhat remarkably, he did. He kept his toe on the bag. At least that's how we read it. But we have been wrong before.
And you see what infielders need to do, exactly what Kipnis did, keep the glove on the rudder.
Well, the review itself is going to be moved out from behind home plate because Allen wants to stay fresh on the mound. I mean, make no mistake, Morrison was not on the bag, but his toe clearly, at least I thought, clearly was touching the bag.
On the outfield side, right?
Yeah.
We'll call him safe.
So Morrison replaces Forsythe at second base.
Well, you see the left foot right there, the contact with the bag.
Morrison's a big guy. I don't know how he was able to keep his toe on the edge of the base. Garver is the batter. Of course, he got the big hit early in the ball game last night. Now he's got a chance to get one late.
Carl Willis, a pitching coach, out to talk to Allen in the infield.
A base is open, and Johnny Field is the on-deck hitter. So Garver will hit. And he's done a lot of that in the last 6 weeks. And a lot of the big hits have come late off the bat of Garver, including his walk-off hit against the Indians on July 30th. That was in the bottom of the ninth, and now he's got a chance to deliver a big hit in the top of the ninth in Cleveland. Outside ball one. And if it gets to 2-0, they may walk Garver and pitch to Field. And now it is 2-0.
Yeah, 2 fastballs down and away.
Neither one close. Gomes looks in the dugout, and they're going to continue to pitch to Mitch Garver.
We see Mitch a lot take that fastball out over the plate toward right field. Watch Gomes last second. He'll sit outside again.
Strike call 2-1. A breaking ball. Again, Johnny Field on deck. Sano's home run tied the game. Now the Twins looking to take a lead. Ball 4 off the plate, and first base is filled. And Field, in just his 3rd at bat for the Twins, has a chance to get a big hit, but it won't be Field taking the at bat. It'll be Adrianza. Adrianza will hit Oliver Perez is warmed up. Adrianza's been a much better right-handed batter than lefty.
And 1 for 6 as a pinch hitter.
Allen to Adrianza. Taking a low, ball 1. Perez is warmed up for the on-deck batter. Bauer, if he hits this inning. And now a strike. Morrison reached on a fielder's choice. Garver walked. Checked his swing. 2-1. Now the pitch count climbing for Allen. He's already thrown 25. This is his 6th batter faced.
Yeah, only 11 strikes.
Two and 1 to Adrianza. Two and 2. Where we used to see 94, 95 in terms of fastball velocity, now we're seeing consistently 93. That might be part of the problem for Allen. Some diminished velocity. 2 and 2, and he wants the matter resolved right here. Doesn't want to run the count full.
A couple shakeoffs and he steps off.
Just missed the inside corner.
That's a big pitch right
Wow.
there. Now the runners will be taking off.
Where was the pitch?
Low and in.
Morrison from second. Garver from first. The runners will go.
Allen has a lot of confidence in that curveball. See what they throw here. Fastball or a curveball?
Got him with the breaking ball. But the Twins tie it up with Miguel Sano's first home run since May 31st, and it's 2 apiece. double and a run scored, a home run in the 9th to tie it. There's the CenturyLink. What's next? And you know, we might have an 8-7 ball game tomorrow, but on paper it should be something to watch. Berríos, the Twins ace. Kluber's been the Cleveland ace for 4 years now.
Yep. On paper, 1-0 ball game between these two, and Berríos pitching his second career shutout.
Okay.
That's my call.
There's Trevor Hildenberger coming in to try to send us to extra innings.
Yeah, Trevor worked in last night's ball game. Did not fare too well, so he's looking to redeem himself. He worked the 8th inning. Twins were up 3-0. He gave up a couple runs on 20 pitches, 13 for strikes. He gave up that home run to Lindor.
Adrian's a pinch hit for Field. He'll take over in left field, and Rosario will take over in center. Rajay Davis will lead things off in the bottom of the 9th. Then Kipnis and Gomes.
You got to take the bunt away from this guy.
Strike over the inside corner. Sano almost standing right next to the third base bag. Two strikes.
Now he can move back a bit, which Sano does. There's Rosario in center.
Lindbergh pitched the 8th inning last night, gave up a couple of runs, including a Lindor home run. 0-2. And now 1-2. Pitch bounced foul.
Yeah, it looked like last night the Indians were sitting on that changeup by Hildenberger. Lindor ended up hitting a changeup out.
One and two. Floating low, and it's 2-2.
Yeah, Davis laid off the changeup.
At the knees, fastball got him. One down.
Well, Hildenberger able to pick up strikeouts, 53 strikeouts now in 55 2/3 innings. Good fastball, lower part of that box. Gets the first out.
And now Kipnis. Kipnis is 0 for 3, struck out swinging his last time up. And a first pitch strike.
Yeah, went over the top a little bit on that first fastball.
We've seen him do that more and more early in the count rather than at the end of an at bat.
Did it again.
And missed. 1-1.
On the Winter Caravan, I was with Taylor Rogers and also Trevor Hildenberger. We talked about that over the top. He said he'd like to learn a breaking ball from up there too, because when he does go up there, it's usually just the fastball. That last one looked like he took something off. When he first came up last year, it was kind of a surprise pitch because everything was down here, and all of a sudden then he sneaked that fastball by him for more over the top. Again.
And a base hit to left. Kipnis is aboard with a sharp single.
All 3 times he more or less threw like a pitcher would from, say, 3/4 angle. Kipnis picks up his first hit.
Kipnis 4 steals and 5 tries.
Well, take a look right here. You see right there, there's strike 1. You see where the arm is. I think that was a changeup there.
Another changeup. Spanked to left field. Here is Gomes. A walk, a single, and a ground ball to third.
Need a ground ball right here. Turn a double play.
Singing down and in. Ball one. Conservative lead right now for Kipnis. And Hildenberger gives him a look. Hildenberger has to do that, but he just does not have a quick move to first base at all.
He kind of steps off the rubber because making sure that he does throw over, so not a move that's going to pick off anybody. So he has to be quick home.
Missing low, 2-0. Ball right center field. Kepler back at the wall, leaps and makes a catch. A great catch by Max Kepler in right field. 2 away.
Great concentration right there, getting a low 5 from Eddie Rosario. And when he made the catch, of course, he fell and he flipped the ball to Rosario to get it back in. So good concentration by Kepler as he approached that wall out in right center. He leaps, makes it, and then alertly giving it to Eddie Rosario. Open glove, good catch.
And before he hit the ground, he was looking at Rosario to flip it to him. Close call, but a long out, 2 down, and now Brandon Geyer. Trevor's pickoff move, he kind of turns and then almost winds up and throws to first. He's not, unless for some reason Kipnis would be going in first movement, he's not going to pick anybody off.
Oh, that's what Ramirez tried to do last inning against Rogers, just go on first movement, but he ended up getting thrown out at second.
Off the outside corner.
I know myself, I didn't have that good a move, to pick somebody off. But what you try to do is the time that you hold that ball, make that runner stop. Don't give him that walking lead.
Breaking ball gets a swing and a miss.
That's what Hildenberger's trying to do.
Ryan Presley had a quick move to first base.
Gibson very quick.
Yes. One and one to the number 9 batter. Backhanded nicely by Garver. Lunging across the left-handed batter's box. And it's 2-1.
See where that ball started spinning. I mean, in the left-handed hitter's batter's box. Garver did a good job of getting there and keeping it in front of him.
Two and one to Geyer. 3-1 with Lindor on deck. Big call by Ryan Addington.
Well, fastball right here. Just below the box.
Runner goes. Pitch line to left field. A base hit. Adrianza will pick it up and fire to second base. First and third, 2 down for Francisco Lindor.
Well, with Lindor on deck, you have to make Geyer swing the bat, and he got a 3-1 fastball and hit it sharply into left field. You're hoping he would hit it at somebody. It's just he hit it to Adrianza in left field. On the play, Kipnis moves over to third.
Geyer's run, of course, doesn't mean anything. Lindor at the plate does, and last night he hit a home run against Hildenberger. Home run came in the
8th inning.
Eighth inning.
Yeah, on a changeup. And Lindor knew it, and Hildenberger knew it.
Indians got another run later that inning, but that's all they got. Geyer goes, Twins don't care, and here's a ball lined to right. A 3-run walk-off home run. The 11th walk-off loss for the Twins this year.
Well, Lindor hitting the 3-run home run, but he fell behind on Geyer. The number 9 hitter came in with a fastball. Geyer got the hit. That opened the door for Lindor to jump on the first pitch. Well, Lindor happy, pumping up the crowd. That ball belt high away. A line drive, 3-run home run.
So the Twins come back in their half of the ninth, but then the Indians strike very quickly to take the lead in this series, Anthony, 2-1.